everyone, and welcome once again to 24K Lorcana. I can't wait to give you guys this deck profile. And guess what, guys? We got over 100 subscribers. So that's good. I never honestly even thought like it would just reach to the 100. I never thought I was even this was kind of gonna be something that I was gonna keep even possibly doing. But I love it. I appreciate it. If you were one of those subscribers, if you were ever want to like my videos, etc., or tell a friend, I highly appreciate it. Like, you guys don't know, like, one subscriber to me probably means thousands to somebody else, because you know, like, I literally just put a tripod and I put my phone, my beat up phone, and I just record. Like, it's like no editing. It's nothing like LED lights and like all this high like fancy stuff. Like, I literally just run my YouTube channel from my phone, the same phone that I just text, work, everything, etc. So it's definitely nice that I know that the people that do subscribe and the people that like my videos and watch my videos is literally just for what I have to say and for the content that I share with you guys. So that's awesome. And what I wanted to give you guys today is, yes, with the deck that I started off since set 1 that I haven't done, surprisingly, for this set, and that is Ruby Amethyst. Now, this I wanted to share with you guys before the Stitch tournament coming up. If there's a kind of a spicy take and a spicy kind of deck that you want to take with like a little spice on the side, actually kind of on the main, and I wanted to share with you guys today, because it's not just a Ruby Amethyst deck. It is a very unique deck that I like to call Teeth and Ambitions. Reason being is because I highly prioritize Teeth and Ambitions in this deck, and it still shares the teeth of Ruby and being able to remove, right? But it's very ambitious in its questing, because it's also very low to the ground and it's very quickly. So I wanted to show you guys this video. I've been doing pretty good with it. It's not bad. Some testings and in theory and everything. It's pretty good. It's pretty solid, and it's something that I'm highly considering taking to the Stitch tournament. It's between 3 decks. I might just I have 6 tournaments I haven't go through. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of Stitch tournaments. This might be this is an option out of those other 2 decks that I have in mind. But without further ado, let me stop talking and let me show you guys this kind of interesting and take on Ruby Amethyst for sure. Alrighty, so hopefully you guys can see through there. All right, guys, so let me go ahead and share you guys my kind of curve and why I play certain cards. So we're definitely going to play the 4 Minnie Mouse. That it's a 1/3 drop. We are back on this. Hopefully the background music, by the way, is not too loud for you guys. But we play the 1/3 Minnie Mouse because it's like you said, we are going to prioritize Teeth and Ambitions in this deck. And it's also a 3 shield. And because Steel is way more popular and Amber Steel is very back into the format, this is kind of one where we go with. Chernobog just doesn't... Like, having a Rafiki or a Chernobog and having it removed by your Amber Steel or any Steel deck, it just feels really rough. So sometimes you don't get the full value as you would in this deck. But we're going to go with the 1/3 minis. And then we are going to play 2 Olafs because, yeah, because we like warm hugs. Now, you want to have an extra copy of... it's like playing 6 minis, right? It's the same one. You can play 4 and 4. I just decided to do 4 and 2 and have 6 1-drops that are 1/3 shields. So you really want to make sure you open one of these guys. There's certain scenarios where you might want to open this Rafiki right here that we play 1 of. I mean, you play 3 of, but I only have 1 foil of this. But you only play, you want to just add more names to the 1 in case you don't see these. And then there's some scenarios, and depending on the matchup, where Rafikis can be better. And obviously this is a 3 challenger, so even mid-game this is still very strong. And with a crab, this gives it a 6, right? So this is really, really good. It's still good to like sometimes just quest. If you're not going against Steel, you get to quest and then just bounce it back against a purple-red mirror or against a blue-red, etc. And also another thing to know about the blue-red is that this doesn't die to Queen of Hearts, so that's also very kind of good. And we also play kind of the heart of this deck. Well, not the heart of this deck, but it's something that is very prioritized in this deck, and that is Teeth of Ambitions. We play this card because you're also able to knock off the early shift targets, or you're also early to knock off if an opposing Rafiki or an opposing Chernobog, if they're still on that build. But you have the 1/3s for that. It's able to take the hit, and it's able to remove usually a lot of 1-drops that, as you guys know, a lot of the Steel decks don't have 3 shield. No one's on the 3 shield for the 1-drops on a lot of the decks, other than honestly purple red. So you play Teeth of Ambitions. And another card that goes well, by the way, if Smee takes a damage, you're still able to use this for one of the 1-drops or for 2-drops like Cusco. and then it's able to get you value. So we play the 3 Cusco. I wanted to fit room for more. There's so many cards that I want to play in this deck, right? But we are playing 61 cards, and I don't want to play more. I feel like 61 is just a good number, but I do play 3 Cuscos. This is still really good off teeth because no matter what, when this gets banished, you're going to draw a card. So no matter what's going to replace itself, right? No one's going to let it go or Hades this card. And those are cards that are not really prevalent in the format anyway. But you're going to be able to quest off with this. And if they never remove it and you got a chance to go with like Teeth of Ambitions and make a play, you're able to like quest with this and then hit this. And then hit one of theirs, remove their cards. But this is going to replace itself so you don't neg at all. It feels really good, very powerful. So that's why we also play the 3 Cuscos. Like we said, this deck is really going to make this card be even better than it already is, guys. So we're gonna do that for the low end, and then we obviously still play the Madam Mim package. We play 4 of that. You guys know what it is with that. Pretty self-explanatory, right? And also the 1/3s can take a hit or two and then still be able to go Madam Mim to bounce it back. You never really bounce Cusco off of this, but you can bounce some of your Rafikis and your 1-drops, as well as your late game removal as well, obviously. You play the Fox, Madam Mim package. This is 4s, this is standard. I'm not going to kind of explain this. If you're kind of reading this for Ruby Amethyst, you know you're going to play 4 Snake for Fox. Really good to deal with locations, etc. Fox, Snake for 3, and then going Fox, bounce back Snake, and then 4, and then hit. That's a really 7 removal right there. It's really strong. Obviously, other things that we're going to bounce other than our low drops is going to be Go. This is really good late game, is really good middle game. It's kind of able to speed up the process because sometimes, you know, we don't have a lot of 2 questers and 3 questers like other decks do. But we're able to consistently sometimes put pressure through a Go alone and just keep bouncing them. And they're eventually going to have to answer, right? So they're going to have to speed it up. So we do the 4 Goats and then we do the 4 Rabbit. As you guys know with the Rabbit, it just gives you that additional draw and then an additional draw. And then you bounce and it gives you another draw. And then you play it again, it gives you another draw. Do I just got to keep going? I really wish we could play the Maleficent, the 3-drop. But this is sometimes enough the way we kind of have it built. We do have Cusco for draw. You just have to be really careful. But we could not fit Maleficent, the 3-drop, in this deck, knowing with what the deck wants to do and the point of this deck. So we kind of stick very standard with the 4/4 here. And we do play 2 Crabs. You can cut any of these other cards if you guys want to play 3 Crabs. I wouldn't hold it against you. Being able to buff up a Cusco, being able to buff up your 1/3s to a 3/3, but also being able to just buff up anything, right, that you need is just so good. And bouncing this back and forth is just really good value. We are not playing Pinocchio because this is not... I don't want to open a 1/3 and then have Pinocchio, and then exerting a character and what is my 1/3 gonna do, right? Sometimes Pinocchio Fox is really strong, but it's just not worth the uninkable count with what this deck is trying to accomplish. Teeth and Ambitions should be good early game enough to handle it. This deck is preferably made to beat Steel. But you're not gonna go ahead and like beat the Ursula, the green Steel. That's kind of more of a discard. This deck's always gonna have a bad advantage towards that sometimes, but it's preferably more for like blue Steel, and it's good against amber Steel, etc. It's really good in the mirror as well. By the way, the way this is built. So then I have 2 Crabs that, and then we play the best card in the game. Of course, I'm going to say that because I used to be a Yu-Gi-Oh player, and then the draw 2 cards, literally card is one of the most powerful things ever in Yu-Gi-Oh, and it's even banned. So we're going to play Friends on the other side. Draw 2 cards. Broken. It's a song. You can sing it. You can pay 0 cost, except exerting a character to draw 2 cards. So, Broken. I'm not going to go and stick too long talking about Friends on the other side. We do play the mini. It's still really good. It's still really strong. It's really good against red blue. It's really good when you're trying to just race and kind of get there. Still really good against Steel. Some people don't like it a lot on Steel, but against Steel, I like it a lot because anything that has 3 shield or more, I honestly just like it against Steel because no one's really on Smash. And if they're on Smash, I don't really feel that's a real strong play to begin with. But yeah, they can go ahead and waste a long game on this. That's fine with me. And the Mare is going to keep questing. So if they don't have Maui's Fish Hook, or they don't can't boost the crab with their own, they can't boost their mini with a crab, then it's over. You're just kind of going to over race them. This is still a really strong and really good card that a lot of decks have problem with. Why don't I play a 4th? Like I said, this deck is trying to accomplish a certain thing. So sometimes in this deck, I would need it to cut to 61 cards. And then it's very like... just kind of precise on the ratios I play and why I play them. You obviously play the best location in the game. There's no way I'm covering the foil like that. I should just be maxing on this deck, but I play the 4 Queens Castle. Best location in the game. If I have 2 characters here, remember, you're more lower to the ground, so it's easier to move your characters here. You're going to draw multiple cards, which is why sometimes the Maleficent hit does not hurt you. But also, if you're a really good pilot with this deck and you know when to time a good location, like if you put pressure, forcing them to be prepared to you, and then you put a location down, like it just puts a lot of pressure, guys. This is a really good card, and I believe that any purple red, no matter the way you kind of have it built, should be playing for this card. Alrighty, and then we're gonna go with obviously the Maui's and the Maui's Fish Hook. You play the Maui's because it is a broken, really good Reckless and Rush card. It's still a 6/5, and then this guy's not gonna get power crept anytime soon. It is Rush. It is really ways to get you back into the game. And then this card you still play because if you have this and access to both, this is for free, and you make any character literally gain 3 strength, so it gives it like a craft boost, and then it makes any character evasive. Guys, it's really powerful. It's really good. Some decks took this out. It's an inkable, guys. Trust me, it's worth playing. It's worth being in your deck, especially when you're playing the Maui, to make it like very accessible. Being able to swing with the Maui and then making your own Maui evasive, making sure they can't trade evenly or like the way they want to trade, is really good. You still play this card. It's still really strong. You play 2 Madame. I'm not Madame. I don't know how to say this card. You play 2. This is still really good for really good targets. You have Sad Boy. You have Hiram. You have Robin Hood. You just have a lot of strong targets that you can hit in this format. We're not playing Tremaine. You guys are gonna see why in a bit. But I definitely did not want to cut this card, which is why I cut less on the other cards that I'm gonna play, that I'm gonna show you guys in a bit. But 2 still really good, and it's a 4/4 stat. It's just really strong. It's really good. Also, when they Tremaine you, if you have like the one character and they just wasted Tremaine, and then you hit them back with the Madame, whatever. You guys are gonna judge me the way I say it, but it's just really good. I play the 4B preps. Still really strong. Still really good. You guys gonna play 4. Don't keep this mulligan. Obviously, you're going to mulligan it in. Hopefully, you don't draw into it until like turn 6 or 7, right? That's the dream. The dream is when they look at your hand, it's not in your hand. The dream is that when they will you for the first time, it's not in your hand. So there's only so much we can control the mulligan. But if you do it kind of like mulligan smartly, I guess. Smartly is that even? I don't think that's a word. But you should be okay. But there's a reason you play 4. Also, if they rip 1 or if they wheel you 2, then you still have access to 2. You should be able to just sometimes be prepared once in the game to put you back and then give you the game advantage again. You play 4 because they literally say banish all characters. So now the reason why we are prioritizing Teeth of the Ambitions. We're not done, guys. We're prioritizing this card. Is not just for the Cuscos. It's not just for the 1/3 drops. But we want to go ahead and went a step and beyond by putting 4 Teeth of Ambitions, not 3 like everybody else or 2 like everybody else, but we went 4, and then we decided to play some cards that are really good against steel. If you guys think your Stitch tournaments, the championships are going to be full of steel, this might be a good call. These cards are extremely annoying against them, guys. I promise you. That is 2 Prince Erics and 2 Hydra. Reason we play Prince Eric is a very cheap cost, and it quests for 2. It also, if you boost it with Crab, it's able to give you a 5 strength on this. It's a really good card that you usually just won't really want to. You don't want to go teeth on it, but sometimes you need to. You have that option to make this be a Dragon Fire, to make this be the same effect as Maleficent Dragon. Banish a character, right? That's really good. The reason Steel struggles with this is because if they want to go ahead and sing a song to remove this, and you get rid of their singer, and then their kind of tempo slows down a lot. This is very good. Also in a purple red mirror, just kind of like they're kind of afraid to just kind of like hit this. So you're just gonna keep questing for 2, and if they hit for 2, you're able to, if they get rid of this and you're able to like hit a, take back, hit away their Fox. You're able to kind of just trade evenly with this card. It's really good. You have a ways. If you don't see your mini, then you're able to hit your Eric and then out their mini. So, but it's a quest for 2. You mainly don't want to do that unless after quest a few times or when it's very optimal to do so. But it's another reason that to play Teeth of Ambitions at 4, and it makes Teeth of Ambitions way more powerful. You guys blew to Eric. Now, to Hydra. This is a 6/5 character that quests for 2. That it is just an absolutely nightmare to deal with. Man, this deck makes people want to bring back Let It Go and Hades, guys, because they do not want to like deal with these issues. 6/5. If you swing at something and this takes 4 damage, you're dealing 4 damage to something else. 99.9% of the time, this is going to trade for 2, guys. Also, if you go Teeth of Ambitions, you can hurt this card and you deal 2 to something else. But because this got hurt for 2, you're now dealing 2 to something else. So this is going to stay alive, and your Teeth of Ambitions just dealt 4 elsewhere. So it's still really good. It's still really strong. Now, you guys don't even know the kind of crazy plays that you can just do with this. If this is already out, and then you go ahead and challenge, and then hit Teeth, and then hit something else, and then bounce this back and play, where is it? If I can see it right now, but you play Fox to bounce this back, and then Fox hits something, like you're absolutely able to just clear board with like an 8 cost, like well, this is already out, so it's honestly just like Teeth Ambitions and Fox, which is just a 5 cost, and you're able to just put so much pressure, and it's absolutely good. I think this is a good take on Ruby Amethyst, and I think you guys are going to be very happy if you guys try it. Let me know if you do so, and let me know if this was kind of like, I don't know, kind of something different, but that's still very good. I'm not going to like just choose to do something different. I'm not going to choose to just do something different just because if it's not going to be good, if it's not going to be viable in the format, right? Everything needs its applications. Everything needs its theory, or why are you doing certain things? But I think this is going to be a very good list. It's not definitely a bad deck to take if you think your stores are full of steel, but it's definitely just a very like anti-steel deck, and it makes Teeth of Ambitions really strong and really powerful. But yeah, that was the deck list. Hope you guys liked it. I'm not gonna post the other 2 decks. The other one that I'm gonna play it on probably the first weekend, and depending if I get any stitch or it shows any results, and if it does, I will definitely post it early the next week. That way you guys can see it for the following stitch tournament, and maybe you guys want to try that as well. But yes, purple red Ruby Amethyst, but different. So hope you guys like this video, and appreciate all the likes, all the subscribes that you guys give, even if it's not a ton for me. 100 is 1,000, so honestly it just means a lot. And keep the love, man, keep the love. I'll see you guys at the stitch, and good luck, guys. Good luck this weekend and the next weekend after that.